So I did a video yesterday on the main channel that was a bit of a disaster. It was a live stream, and it was a disaster because my mic was not working for some reason. So I was trying to fix it, and it wound up taking 15 minutes. Started late, and then I could never get it to work, so I had to use my regular computer audio, and it sounded like crap. Anyway, but it was a live stream, and I talked about lots of things, and I answered some questions. And I got a question from somebody that was, what advice would I give my 20-year-old self if I could go back in time? And I gave a general answer about about just learning to take things easier and don't take things so seriously. There's going to be good times and bad times. You'll work your way through them. As you get older, you start to have more confidence and that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. Not a bad answer. But after I ended the live stream, I realized that there was actually something that was a lot better of an answer and a lot more relevant to me personally. So I wanted to talk about that here, just in case anybody should ever see this. So if I were to go back in time, the thing that I would tell myself, and I hope that this reaches some people and they take it into their own lives, is that the whole nice guy thing, the whole nice guy syndrome of being nice to women and then getting mad when they aren't interested in you, is bullshit. That's very hard for me to say, because that was kind of the way I defined myself for a very long time. I was always Mr. Nice Guy. When I was growing up, I was always the smallest kid in class, and I think that kind of instilled something in me, something of a chip on my shoulder about being persecuted, for lack of a better word. But I always did have this chip on my shoulder about being the nice guy, and how, girls would always be more interested in some asshole, and oh, girls only want assholes, they're crazy, and I developed this very real anger towards women about that. And growing, maturing, living has taught me a few things. And one of the things that it's taught me more than anything else is, and also a marriage has taught me a lot about this, that you can't get mad at somebody for not doing something for you if you don't ask them to do it. People can't read your mind. And we do this so much where we do something, we're like, hey, you owe me something now. And that's the worst way to go through life. To be expecting people to do things for you because you did something for them it's bullshit. And the thing is, when you do that, you're the asshole. And that's what being a nice guy is. Being a nice guy, and there's a lot of different definitions of that, but being a nice guy means being just really sweet to girls and holding the doors for them and carrying their stuff and being there for them, and and then you wind up friend zoned. Keep using the air quotes here, friend zone. Well, being friend zoned basically means that you have done things for this girl that she didn't ask for, and now you expect something in return, and she doesn't feel obligated to give it to you. Well, here's the thing. You never asked for the thing that you wanted. So you can't get mad at them for not giving you the thing that you wanted in the first place. And by the way, doing something for somebody with the sole intention of getting them to do something for you without making that exchange clear up front, that's what an asshole does. And I did that for so long. I didn't know I was doing it, obviously. I wouldn't keep doing something if I had known that it was that detrimental to everybody around. But that's what it is. You know the reason why girls go for assholes? Because they say what they want. If a guy just goes up to a girl and is like, hey, you're hot, we should make out. Yeah, that's kind of a douchey thing to say, but you know what? He's being honest. He's being honest. He's saying right up front what it is. There's no games there. There's no manipulation. That's really what it is. Being the nice guy is just emotional manipulation. Do you know how hard it is for me to say that? Because that was me my entire life, up until only very recently when I came to this realization. So my advice to my 20-year-old self is, have the balls to just go up to a girl and say that you like her. Say that she's beautiful and that you want to kiss her, go up there and just say, hey, I want to take you out on a date and I want to spend time with you because I enjoy spending time with you. And you're beautiful. Who wouldn't want to hear that? I don't know why I could never just say that to a girl. I always had to do these games and I had to do this, manipulation thing and then get mad when I didn't get the thing that I never asked for in the first place. Have you ever had somebody do a favor for you, like make something for you that you never asked them to do, but they made it for you, and then you're kind of like, oh, okay, thanks. Like you didn't ask for it, you don't really want it, you don't really know what to do with it. There's no place for it on your wall, whatever it might be. And now they're like, 3 months later they come back and it's like, hey, I need to borrow your car, or some big thing that you're just not comfortable with. And now you're like, that's not really fair because I didn't ask for the thing that you gave me in the first place, so I don't really feel like I owe you anything. That's what being a nice guy is. It doesn't feel like it in the moment. It feels like you're doing everything right. You're being good to her and all that kind of stuff. But if you're not up front and just say, I'm into you, girl. I'm into you, girl. Maybe don't say it like that. But if you don't just come out and say what you're feeling about her, if you don't just come out and say what your intentions are, you don't have a right to get mad when you don't get the thing that you wanted. That's true of relationships. That's true of everything in life. If you want something, ask for it. I don't know why it took me so long to come around to this. And now I am married to a wonderful woman. And it was part of being married that taught me this. Do you know how many years at the beginning of our relationship we had problems because I would expect something from her, but I never really asked her for it. It was just expected that she should do this for me. And when I finally, we spent some time in therapy even, and when it finally became clear to me, oh, I can't get mad at her for not doing something I never asked her to do in the first place. She can't read my mind. The world doesn't read your mind. The world doesn't owe you anything. Nobody owes you anything. If you want something, ask for it. Even if you feel like the biggest douche on the planet for asking for it, I think women, especially very attractive women who get hit on all the time, would much rather a guy just come up, not being a dick or anything, but being upfront and honest and saying, I really like you a lot. I think you're great, and I want to get you in bed and make horrible things to you. I think a girl would rather have that than the emotional manipulation that comes along with being the nice guy. And that's why nice guys don't tend to get anywhere. Assholes also tend to have a lot of confidence. And yeah, confidence is attractive, not just to women, to men, to everybody. A person that's confident and seems to know what they're talking about, especially that person with confidence and knows what they're talking about, is interested in you in some way. That's very attractive. That's very compelling. So that would be my advice to my 20-year-old self. If I could go back in time and say that to me, that's what I would say. And I really, 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 really hope that I would listen. That's been too much information. See you tomorrow.